So my marketplace just got this brand new feature that only released to 10 total marketplaces in a very limited wave 2 expansion of this Uber preferred deliveries. Now, let me know in the live chat or the comment section, do you deliver for Uber Eats or DoorDash? If you drive for either of those platforms, this is going to affect you. So let's talk about this today because yes, I'm coming to you from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in a new location, still working out some of the technical issues, but I appreciate you being here. Let me know in the live chat or the comments where you're watching from. But today, let's talk about this preferred delivery because I have first look insights to the new option for Uber Eats drivers. So what is preferred deliveries? So we got this initial announcement October 1st. This was really just a month ago. You can let me know if you have this preferred deliveries or if you drive on DoorDash because this is, yes, very similar. So they came out with this thing that said, hey, introducing preferred deliveries and new criteria for Uber Eats Pro. Now, I started my side hustle in 2015 and I did ride share and then I added food delivery. Now, if you drive on Uber, you have your driver profile, and there's both ride share and Uber Eats. But if you sign up for just this Uber Eats profile, then you have Uber Eats Pro specifically. So this is, as I mentioned, similar to Dasher Rewards. And I see folks in here joining right now from all across the country. As always, I take your Q&A after this. Maybe we can brainstorm some of the technical issues coming to you from a, yes, brand new location. Appreciate you being here. I was working on something new for you. So this is, similar to Dasher Rewards. So we got this announcement here initially, okay? 2 different waves. And we have this new criteria for Uber Eats Pro. Pay attention to this. And it read, we're adding acceptance rates to the criteria of benefits in this rewards program called now Uber Eats Pro. So if you didn't hear that, they're adding acceptance rate criteria. What does that sound like? Exactly that Dasher Rewards here. So when the pilot launches, you needed a 30% acceptance rate to get gold, 50% for platinum, and 50% for diamond, respectively. But that's just when it launches. And the reason I'm bringing this to you is because it just launched here in Pittsburgh, only 10 marketplaces. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then next month, it's going to crank up to Dasher Rewards level, 50% gold, 70% for platinum and diamond. Now, here's the comparison. Here is the direct comparison of Uber Eats Pro on the left and then Dasher Rewards on the right. Now, your marketplace may most likely vary on Dasher Rewards on the right of the criteria. That's what DoorDash has said. Like, well, some of this may vary based on what's required. But follow with me along here on the left. So this is the new program of Uber Eats Pro and one of the benefits called preferred deliveries. Now, I told you, you need 30% acceptance rate, 50% for platinum, and 50% for diamond. So look at the difference there between, that's my marketplace there on DoorDash, 50, 70, 70. You can see under the acceptance rating column. Look, what does this all get you? Doing all this work for a higher acceptance rate gets you access to higher paying orders. Lean in for this. Drop a like on this video if you appreciate me bringing this to you first, comparing these brand new, or at least one brand new rewards program with one that's now nationwide. So going back to this preferred deliveries in Uber Eats Pro, it starts at 30%, so I don't have to accept as much, and then 50 and 50 for the highest tiers. Remember, that's going to change. Both of these now pertain to higher paying orders. So let's continue. On this new program, Uber Eats Pro and preferred deliveries, which I'm going to show you here what my app is showing me. What do you get for all of this, right? Well, we've seen on Dasher Rewards, you get all this stuff for having a high acceptance rate and, of course, other metrics, of course, respectively. You got discounts on DoorDash starting at the bottom there for Platinum Dashers. That's the highest acceptance rate. 100 deliveries in the last rolling 30 days. Okay, you get a weekly 30% off discount. I'm sure the companies love funneling even more money into their company by giving you a discount. But hey, retail has done that for decades. You can dash anytime. Now pay attention to this. Let me know in the live chat, or the comments if you're watching in the replay, do you utilize Dash Now? Because I do. Basically, every single time I dash, I don't use the scheduling feature. I use Dash Now, which allows me to just do that, go online at any time. Now, look, it says hit the road without having to schedule in advance. Now, this was kind of mid 2024. It's updated to say priority to Dash Now. So it's not even guaranteed. Large order VIP, you can see the rest there and at the top, priority access. But we're here for this. This is Uber Eats and their priority delivery, their preferred delivery, I should say. And their preferred delivery says priority access to higher paying deliveries if you're an Uber Eats courier. Now that higher paying, because DoorDash initially said that was $2+ a mile. Then they said that was just like, all right, that's some of the highest paying offers in the marketplace, like basically as broad as you can get here. Uber Eats said this: based on expected payment as determined at the time the customer places the order and is inclusive of tip designated by that customer at the time the order was placed. So Uber Eats is saying kind of the same thing. At a high level, well, hey, high paying offers are just the highest paying offers, including a tip. There you go. That's not good enough, though. Let me show you what's brand new. Again, my name is Mike. If this is the first time you and I are meeting, and I've been doing this gig work, I've done it part-time, full-time. I've worked on most every single major gig app since 2015. Consider subscribing. If you already have, I appreciate it. So now they're showing us a little insight to what preferred deliveries are. I just got it. It says, preferred deliveries can help you maximize your time and earnings while on the road by giving you priority access to higher paying restaurant deliveries. Gold couriers will be prioritized over green couriers, the base level nearby, and platinum and diamond couriers will be prioritized over gold and green couriers nearby. If you're eligible, typo there, Uber Eats, you'll see the new preferred delivery icon on the offer card, so you will know which offers are higher paying. So 2 things on this. Number 1, there will be an offer card, as we just read, a la Dasher Rewards. It has a thing on there. It says high paying offer, and it's going to be color coded to your silver status, which isn't silver. It's like a turquoise, whatever. It's a little banner. Because of your silver status, you got a higher paying offer. And then gold, and then platinum. So similarly, with Uber Eats, there will be a card. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, this mirrors almost verbatim the tiered-like structure of rewards. What that means is this person, you would have more priority over the base green level couriers. And then someone that's got gold, platinum, they have even higher priority. Now, maybe you can help me with this, because we still, to my knowledge, don't know this. If you are, let's say, 3 minutes away from a restaurant, and you are a gold Uber Eats courier, in this case, we're going to keep it on Uber Eats, but there's a platinum that is 3 minutes and 45 seconds away, or 4 minutes away. They're a minute away. At what point does that give? At what point does Uber Eats say, we're going to give it to the gold courier because they're closer? Well, the platinum has priority, but they're a little further away. So where is that tipping point? I'm very curious there. You can Let me know in the live what you think here. Continuing. Okay, what's new? Let me show you exactly what's new. This is from my Uber Eats driver app. I'm going to show you everything I saw that was just launched. Let's see, just 1 week ago. Basically 1 week ago. November, was it 1st? I'm trying to remember, right? But it's brand new here in Pittsburgh. So let me show you what I've seen. Number one, walk through this with me here. This is on, of course, your driver app. Number one, Uber Eats Pro takes over Uber Pro. Now, again, that's the rewards program. It's based on points. You get points by completing rides, or in this case, deliveries. Now, I was concerned. Here's my concern. And I said this when this was first announced, preferred deliveries. I don't really do ride share, but I want to still have the option. If I happen to do it for a holiday, or if I happen to see crazy bonus pay, I just saw, hey, I saw a $10 per active hour bonus plus $10 per active hour on rideshare for Uber. Can you let me know if you ever seen anything that high? The highest I've seen on DoorDash is plus $6 per active hour. They apparently really want my profile to get back on rideshare or to complete some rideshare. But anyway, I still have the option to do rideshare. That was my point. So even though this says Uber Eats Pro, I went into my filters at the bottom left of your main screen, and I do still have the option to turn on Uber X and share. So good. I didn't want them to remove that just because they're putting me on Uber Eats Pro. Now, if we go into Uber Eats Pro, this is what you're going to see. And I'm going to give you a verdict of how to use this. And again, taking your Q&As at the end of this presentation to get you the info here. So on the main screen, I saw this where it said, don't have preferred deliveries yet. Get your acceptance rate to 30% to unlock gold and enjoy preferred deliveries. Remember, gold is the first rewards tier. There's silver as the first tier on DoorDash. It's going to get confusing, possibly, I know. So it's green and then gold and then whatever it was, right? Platinum and diamond on Uber Eats. So take a look. Maybe this is something you can help me with. What is your acceptance rate right now? Maybe on both. Can you check for me? Can you go into your driver apps here? Can you put your acceptance rate, put maybe DD for DoorDash, and then let us know the acceptance rate for Uber Eats? Well, right here, at the time of taking the screenshot, I was at 8% on Uber Eats. Now, see how it says want to unlock gold, improve your criteria to reach the next rewards level. So it's like, Mike, you're at 8%, buddy. Your acceptance rate has to be 30% by December 1st. And I see some of your AR coming in. Let me know. So we got Bill at 4% AR on Uber Eats. Derek is at 89%. Derek, you would qualify for, I think, the highest tier. You would, because it's going to be 70%. If you're in one of the marketplaces listed, let us know. Trevor, Uber Eats, very similar, 9%. DoorDash, 13%. Samurai, I'm only accepting one. One out of every 100 deliveries. Hey, thanks for being here, everyone. I'm going to take your Q&A shortly. So let's move on, though. As I scrolled through my Uber Eats Pro now, I saw, the, whatever you want to call it, labels for the gold. It said gold preferred deliveries, prioritized for higher paying deliveries over green status. And I continued, and then I got this: get access to higher paying deliveries with preferred deliveries, et cetera, et cetera. You get the point here. And then it showed this. This is just denoting which of these tiers have preferred deliveries. It's not gold. That's a standard tier. That's kind of like the default Dasher. If you don't go for Dasher Rewards, they don't have a default tier for that. You just don't have it. Uber Eats, they have a default tier. So everyone that doesn't have gold or tier number one, you're green status. no check mark, no preferred deliveries. And then gold. And what was it? There's so many names. Platinum and then diamond. So here's platinum. Now, look, let's look at the other, incentives here. There are other incentives to these different rewards programs. Are they worth it? I'll tell you this. I don't know if this is a hot take. You can let me know in the live chat or the comment section. I think Dasher Rewards has more substantial rewards you'd actually care about than Uber Pro or Uber Eats Pro. Because look, 1 year Costco Gold Star membership at the top, it's going to save you money there. Do you shop at Costco? I'm not buying that many groceries and stuff. I don't need a 300 count 8 bottle pack of vitamins, right? Access to area preferences. You can set destination filters. You can dash along the way if you happen to get pulled out of the zone on DoorDash, a little bit different. Extra destination. Okay, well, I get an extra destination filter. Typically that's for rideshare. And then there's my platinum preferred deliveries and then priority support, right? And speaking of, there is the platinum preferred deliveries. So if you get platinum, prioritize for higher paying deliveries over green and gold status. Now, what I want to ask you, because the ultimate question you're going to have to ask yourself, let's go back to the actual criteria right here. This is what you're going to have to answer. So I think you should actually write it down. So I would actually comment in the comment section so you can make sense of this on paper, right? Digitally, whatever. But where am I currently at? What is your AR right now? If you didn't do that, just type it down there. I'm at 8%. Okay. So 8% accepting 22% more, boosting my AR. Number one, how many of those are going to be bad orders? I've tested this on Dasher Rewards, and I'll tell you this. My trajectory just to get up to the AR first level, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be a little struggle season there. It's gonna hurt because you're gonna have to accept, in my opinion, lower paying offers to get to the promise of higher paying offers. Does it feel like you have less control? Absolutely. I felt like I had less control doing the Dasher Rewards game, trying to manage my acceptance rate versus just cherry picking, margin targeting, whatever you want to call it, getting the highest dollars to mile ratio, what I teach you here. And if you don't know what any of that is, again, you should consider subscribing. So mathematically, is it going to be worth it to take that loss for, you could do it in a couple of days, maybe a week, depending on how many hours you do. Number two, how many high paying orders will you get once you get here? Because I'll take you back to the beginning here. Remember this, I'm one of the first marketplaces to get it. Pittsburgh, and there's 9 other ones. This is until December 1st when it cranks up to 50 and 70%, exactly like Dasher Rewards. Now, it wouldn't be your Driver Mike side hustle variety channel if I didn't try it for you. So I tried it on DoorDash recently. Spoiler alert, I accepted everything for 8 hours. I did $17 an hour, which actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And then I did it again, targeting shop and deliver, spoiler alert, and I did $10 an hour. So I'm going to experiment with this just like I did to give it a fair shake on Dasher Rewards. So I'm going to crank the AR up. I'm going to accept a bunch on Uber Eats, and we're going to see how bad is it accepting everything on Uber Eats to get my AR up to 30. Mike, why would you do this? Listen, now's the best time to do it. It's going to increase to 50% in December. I might as well do it now and test it for you while it still is at 30%. Okay. And then lastly, is this worth it? I think for the vast majority of marketplaces, most marketplaces, I don't think are going to support an AR of 50%. And I think it's unfortunate that this is the right screen in green, that 50 is a minimum. 50 is the minimum to get to start the we can even say, like, let me emphasize, this is what I try to, teach you here, because it's pretty straightforward. Like, bro, you're picking up a burger, you're dropping it off. Like, what are you talking about? Well, you could do that, but if you don't understand the nuance of this, you're going to be a part of that bell curve. I'm trying to get you to be the top, 15% of that bell curve of driver career earners here. So my point here is 50% for the promise of higher paying offers. Look, how many drivers are going to go for it? You're going to have a loss in a couple of days getting up there, and then the promise of higher paying offers. How many you're going to get? So I did a silver versus gold on Dasher Rewards, and I got all the numbers. You can go watch that, but here's another spoiler alert. I got about 40-ish% of my total offers as high paying offers. 40-ish, I think it was like 43, 46% of all offers were high paying when I was a silver and a gold Dasher respectively. So that means my other 50% of offers either declined because I have a little window to decline. I need to keep a 50% AR, but then the rest, like, they're either mediocre or they're bad. They're not well paying at all. I think, here's like the big kind of high level here, I think this is going to play out almost exactly like Dasher Rewards. It's going to be like, well, here's a promise of high paying. Some drivers are going to try to crank up that AR. They're going to take a little bit of a loss doing so. And then once you're there, like with a lot of this, it's strategy, of course. It's knowing where to wait, when, where to drive, but it's going to be partly luck, right? Is all that worth it? I want to know from you, though. What do you think about this newest info? Actually, our first look at screens here of this preferred delivery program. I'm going to go for it in the coming days here. I have the rest of this month to get 30% AR, which should be doable in a couple of days. Follow that. In the meantime, if you want to see what I did on DoorDash, accepting every single offer for 8 hours, you can click or tap the screen here and let me know what you think of this preferred deliveries.